My show today on Everything Today, we're going to be talking about investment and saving with an honorable man, Pastor A.S. Agari, who has interest in investment and saving, and over the years has worked for joining us on Everything Students.
Thank you very much.
Growing up, will you say that you were taught about savings and money? You know, everybody when you're growing up, they teach you about spiritual life, academics, this and that. But were you really taught about money, how to handle money, how to deal with money?
Well, formally, maybe not. Come from a family that had much money. So most of the one had to learn from the early start. I don't know, I found interest in running businesses. I wasn't very keen about working either with the government or some other places. I was more interested in private businesses. I developed interests quite early. I began to do that over the years. Today, I can say I have learned much about investments.
Well, this show is actually not out of place. Everything starts from now. As a student, you have to learn, you have to plan, and you have to prepare. So, sir, what do you say savings
It's a deliberate effort not to spend all that you have. You must deliberately keep something for the rainy day. And whatever you keep for the rainy day could now be used for investment. Opportunities come in everybody's life. But majorly those who have savings are those who are able to take the right decisions about such opportunities. Somebody without savings most often becomes a broadcaster who announces the opportunities but cannot participate. But if you are lucky to have had some savings, some of those opportunities you might be able to take hold of them, and that could make the difference for you.
Okay, so savings is not to get
Is a means, is a deliberate effort to not to spend all that you have, so that you can have something for the rainy day, and that thing can be used for investment.
that answers the question that savings is hard.
Because it takes a lot of discipline to save. We are in a world where quite a number of attractions are everywhere. And if you are not disciplined to save, you will always find that you will never have enough money. That part of this income is kept.
What do you think as students we can do to help us save? Like I must say, when we were young, piggy bank was like so much in common, those saving boxes. But now, like it seems like it's now underrated. Everybody, as we move, piggy bank too has gone down.
There are things that help to make someone save. Like you said, piggy banks and all that are no longer in vogue. But you see, if the discipline is there are cooperatives, there are banks. You can give your bank a standing order that if you are the kind that gets some money through the bank, that's okay. For any amount that comes into my bank, you can have a standing order in place whereby they remove, if it is 500 naira or 1,000 naira or 2,000, 5,000, depending on your capacity, they remove it regularly from your savings account, from your account for savings. And if they do that, whatever is left becomes what you can access for your upkeep. And over a period of time, that money can become useful in savings.
We are asking with little or no money, how do I save? You're going to give a standing order in the bank. By the time they subtract your savings percentage, the remaining money is what you have left. So you can go go for whatever option feels best for you. You can buy a saving box, whatever as you like. GT Bank and some other banks, they have target account. They have what you call target account. If for a particular amount of months, you can save a particular amount of money, or a particular amount of money for like some months, years. At the end of the year, they'll give you a percentage of that money as your profit. So just go out, check out what works for you, and I'm sure you'll be able to save a good amount of. How do you advise keeping to a budget? Because I think that's what helps savings, or that's what influences savings.
Yeah, that's where the issue of discipline comes. There are people that are so disciplined, particularly those who are monthly earners, month-end earners. They are able to, if you have a budget, you're able to keep to it. It helps. Because we're in a society where so many things kind of flashes the eye. So if you have no budget in place, you go to the market, you may not buy what the things that are essential. You may end up buying anything that catches your attention, which you may not need. Don't need, you will end up selling them at very low rates, because at the end of the day, you won't get value for them. You should list in the budget so that you can discipline yourself when you get to the market to pick those things that otherwise you just pick anything you see, and or anything that is advertised to you, and they may not be the things you need. So it's good to have a budget and always work towards keeping to that budget. There could be some variations, but it should be the last resort. It shouldn't be that anything you see you buy.
He seems so much to be talking about discipline. Discipline is very, very important. No matter how you want to look at it, discipline is important in finance, education, whatever you want to talk about. Discipline is a very, very major factor. And then talking about budgets, you can do everything according to a percent. For a student to get your allowance and take it into percentage. Okay, this percentage is for feeding, this percentage is for saving, this percentage is for luxury. So just the way it suits you, that's how you are supposed to do it. Looking at investments, people are saying investment is for the rich. I don't have money, I cannot invest. What is investment? A lot of scams are out there. Even those people who try to invest, they are discouraged, because at the end of the day, their faiths and their hopes are being dashed out. So investment, looking at investment, what can you say?
Well, there are ways of investment. The first thing you do is you do a background check on whatever proposal you are about to enter. A lot of schemes are in place right now that some are Ponzi schemes, and if you don't do a good background check, you might just fall into the hands of people who want to just take your money. Some of the Ponzi schemes, they offer things like doubling your money overnight. And once you see things like that, you should know that. You should be able to find out, how is this person going to double money? Is he going to double? If he can double money like that, why is he still where he is? If he had doubled what he had, you would have seen the difference. On those who are involved in that scheme, are they people of integrity, or are they just scammers that want to survive this situation? So the background checks, again, we need to prayerfully handle this.
Okay, when you are checking out for where you can invest, don't look for the flashy ones, because it is even that money that will lead you to the scam. I have contacted a number of few companies asking them if they can invest, like if they accept investors and all of that, but the money are so ridiculous. Me, at my stage, I cannot afford them. So like, what opportunities do you think are out there for students to invest?
Opportunities have always been there. It's the level of the investment. Somebody who wants to invest in bigger opportunities must start somewhere from a smaller opportunity. Some students are good at trading. A few years ago, I saw a plaque where a student of Enugu State University or so, right in the campus, was a 300 level student of biology. And she was preparing OPA and sending to fellow students right in the campus. You understand? And she made a lot of money from what we read. You understand? So she prepares OPA, which is a favorite snack more or less in the East and will sell to her classmates. It's an investment. She was making something from her classmates. Instances of students who have gone into big time investments. First thing you have as an asset is integrity. Are people ready to trust you? If people are ready to trust you, if you ask them to pull resources together for you to do a particular business and they are not a scam, it's not very big. From there, what you felt you didn't have, which is capital, you now have it. You have a great idea. People see that it will work, and they trust you. They will bring in their resources. And some of the businesses we think that require money, truly they require money, but it's not all about money. You have a good sense of that business is fantastic. You know that you're a person of integrity. They can give you some of those items to sell and they keep advancing you more. It's like giving you credit. So integrity is very, very important.
Okay, I was just about asking a question, but my question has been answered. One of my church members just started a granola business recently, and she told me that she her profits up to 300 and something. And then I was like, so why you still like, relax, enjoy yourself, enjoy your profit? But now I've seen that those investment profits are supposed to use to help you expand. When you start your business, you are saying you have little money. A little drop of water makes an ocean. I hope I got that. So even the savings, from your savings you can invest. So even if it's 500, I recently did a check that if you can save 300 naira in a day, imagine that in 365 days, that is like a whole lot of money. So you just have to start somewhere. If you feel that people don't trust enough with their money, then you start with your own money. Basically, you can invest in yourself. It may not just be in money. You can invest in yourself, go for trainings, learn a skill, start new businesses. Recently they were telling us that we can invest in ourselves. Even those people in petrol stations, they are investing in themselves, because when they get to NNPC, things that they learned in that first station, they wouldn't learn it in NNPC. Do not despise the days of little beginnings. People are asking me, how did you do it? All these kind of things. They don't know that it's not luck. You actually work hard for it. You were disciplined, and with your efforts, keep praying that God blesses.
Money for kingdom. Understand vision is important, so that in fulfilling your vision you need to spend some money. That's why you also need to understand purpose. Purpose in life is key to guide you where to spend for the kingdom. Any enterprise that requires your finances, financing people to grow big in size is not the issue. Somebody comes with you a program or a project, say this is for the sake of the kingdom. As a child of God, we should wait. What is the essence of this program? Not end up just helping people to satisfy their ambitions. Some of those things, are they kingdom minded, or somebody just wants to make a name for himself? So your vision is important, your understanding of your purpose is important, and it's not every project that you have to be very interested in. You need to check the project, what is it going to add to the kingdom, make the kingdom bigger, or it is just somebody wanting to make a name for himself.
My dad's friend, he was telling me about some of the factors, because he had like over 3,000 books. Imagine that. So he was telling me that over the years he asked himself the question, why are some people poor and why are some people rich? And one of the number one factor he wrote down was supernatural. Those sister was saying that she didn't have so much money in her bank. Her father is rich, her husband is rich, she's doing business, but she did not understand kingdom financing. So how does kingdom financing help us to retain money? How does it help us to invest? From her statement, she was trying to say that she did not understand exactly what God was saying. I think she was talking about give and it shall be given unto you. So how does that replicate? How does it help us build our finance?
Normally, you need to understand that. Let's again, we come back to the issue of discipline. To understand money is being wasted, or when it is being used for the purpose of the kingdom. when you are a child of God, there is need for you to understand the purpose of the money that is in your hand. Let me use the word a jet for their leisure flights. But there are some people that are quite busy that who cannot by their schedule meet up waiting for commercial flights. Their schedules are so tight for the kingdom's sake. So they are not buying a jet, for instance, for personal aggrandizement. They're buying it because it's needed to take them to where they ought to be at any time. And you can see that investment is kingdom minded. If that is not at the expense of the people who are supporting the kingdom, ride on people to get things for yourself, because you know that it takes somebody who is disciplined to understand that this one is no longer a kingdom.
When we talk about kingdom is something that is literal. Kingdom, the things of the kingdom are things that societal feels are supposed to be societal standard. Of course, like he said, that except is necessary, you only spend on necessities. What you really need, what is absolutely necessary, that's what you need to spend. Not everything that you want is actually needed. Weigh your wants with your needs. So we call it scale of preference. What exactly are needed? What is the urgency? What do you need in particular? So that you can save, and when you save, you are able to invest, and from investment you can grow bigger and bigger and bigger, and become the rich person. Not rich, but become the person you desire to be. How exactly do you want to be? Thank you so much for joining us on Everything Student. Thank you for watching our show. We'll see you in our next episode. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Thank you.